Hey, good afternoon to you. Well, I'm taking you outdoors today where we have a true spring shower. As you can see my breath, but there's blue sky. There was a double rainbow over here. There's thunder behind me, which is a little unusual for this time of year, but um, I'm excited to see the sun's deciding to come back out. So I'll be out here with you. So I was wanting today to reflect on a number of things with you. I feel like there's a number of topics that are in my mind and in my heart, and I really had a challenge choosing something today. But I feel like the one that I decided to gravitate towards was one that really looks at leaning in towards hope and towards intentional life planning. Why would I focus on this? Because there's a lot that we have had to navigate and to really work our way through that's heavy, and there's a lot of opportunity to get stuck. And I know that there are the glimmers now that things are maybe starting to turn towards the next normal. So hey, why don't we be a little more intentional about what that looks like for ourselves? So what I mean is that when is the last time that you really sat still and thought about your legacy? Who are you now, and who do you want to be known to be? As you get to be an older person, say you're 80 years old and you're talking to your grandchildren, or to your partner or your best friend, or whomever it may be, that you are reflecting upon a life hopefully well lived, with few regrets. That doesn't happen by accident. That happens because you were clear about your values. You were clear about what meant really the most to you in your life. And you tethered yourself to that intention, to that attention. And you were considerate along the way of making decisions that were in alignment with that. Not ever necessarily are we going to expect ourselves to always know what's best, right? We're going to go with what feels right in the moment with the information that we have. But we could also start to be a little bit more thoughtful and plan what that could look like. I did this a number of years ago where I mapped out a plan and really got very clear of what were the most important things that needed to be in my life every day for me to feel like the most important parts of my life were really getting the attention that they needed. And some of the work and the questions that I did then, I've been coming across in several readings lately and in conversations with friends, so I want to go there. So here's the work. If you would, maybe go ahead and find a place where you can take 10, even 15 minutes to go ahead and reflect and write down some answers to some things. So the first one is, as I mentioned, let's just say you're in your late years of life. What do you want to be known for? What is your legacy? Along the way, let's go ahead and think about breaking it into chunks. In the next 5 years, I want you to go ahead and think about your social life, your relationships. Who's in your life? Who are the friends that are around you? What are the conversations that you're having? What about your financial status? What monies do you need to have in your life to accomplish the things that you need to have to be comfortable and safe, to invest in perhaps personal growth and self-care? Just put it down. Don't get all hung up in story and judgment and it's not possible. But be thoughtful about what kind of monies would I need to be making and what kind of money would I need to have saved in order to have this life. Okay? So how much money are you making? What would you be spending your money on? We're going to think about your career. What speaks to you? Really think about your purpose when it comes to your profession and your work path. Is what you're doing now speaking to you? If so, why? If it's not, why not? Where else would you be? What would you be doing day to day? What are the conversations that you're having? Do you feel currently that you are valued and that your life has meaning? If so, good. If you're questioning, I'm not sure, reflect on it. What else do you need? Because that's also a piece of it here, friends. This exercise helps you to reflect and celebrate what's going well. And also note when things might be just in need of a tweak as opposed to a full change, where you get clear on what's working, what's maybe not working as well, and what you might need to ask for or make manifest for it to work better. And that's true when it comes to your job. That is true when it comes to your relationships, your family, and certainly also what you're doing for yourself. So what are you doing that's working for you now? What would you like more of? When you think of yourself as your ideal, healthy self, what does that feel like? Not look like. What does it feel like? Yeah? So what do you have more time for? How are you investing your resources for you to feel like your healthiest self? What are you doing for fun? Where is your energy around play? Hobbies that you do or do not have? What are you doing for recreation? And importantly, what are you doing to take care of your overall mental health and well-being? So, lots of questions I put out there, but I want you just to reflect and write a few things down. Get the cogs turning. When we do that, we start to clarify a bit, and we have maybe some themes that start to arise. Maybe it will then lead you to get curious about listening to a podcast or a TED Talk or picking up a book, reading an article, so that you are starting to inform yourself around a particular thing. Do you have a financial planner? Would that make sense? What are you doing with regards to exercise right now? Do you need some guidance on that? Maybe a coach? Maybe a life coach would be healthy. Start thinking about what is it that you have, what is it that you need, so that you can be building an intentional life plan. Energy goes where our attention is. So we want to make sure that we are putting our attention intentionally where we want it to be. So a best life? No, a good life. Your life. Your life is uniquely going to be determined by you and what matters to you. So get thoughtful. Go ahead and start brainstorming around this. Get curious. Write some stuff down. Now, it's all well and good to do this, but you've got to have some additional accountability around it, or all of these types of exercises are for naught. In addition to getting curious, maybe have this list that you make, choose some things and put them on a calendar. I'm going to do this by this time. I'm going to have this conversation. I'm going to look this up. Have somebody, if you can, in your life be an accountability partner with you. So build accountability around it, because information is wonderful, but you need to embody it with experience and action. And that, again, does not happen by mistake. That's you. But it always helps to have a cheerleading section and to have somebody asking. Also, coaches are amazing to have around this. So where do you maybe need to have an accountability cheerleading section and maybe some coaching? So lead an intentional life that brings you your own unique sense of fulfillment, happiness, and whatever that means to you, and a genuine sense that you have lived your life well. Day by day. That's all we're wanting to look at, day by day, but with the beginnings of a roadmap. Beautiful. So with that, go ahead, get to work. It's time to go ahead and take our lives back into our hands and make the most of each and every day that we have on this planet Earth. With that, I wish you intention and clarity, peace of heart and being, health and safety. Namaste to you, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.